Sell, sell, sell. All we do is sell on eBay. Yeah, check it out. Hello, NFPers. Today we have 10 items that sold on our main eBay account. Wide variety hodgepodge. I just go right in a row. The timeline, whatever sells, I just go one right after the other. So it may be clothes heavy, electronics, whatever, but I just go in order. You know, what else can you do? I don't cherry pick. I show you the good, the bad, the ugly. You know, we all love to make 100% good buys, but the reality is that just doesn't happen. Sometimes there's bad buys and sometimes there's fantastic buys. It's just the way it goes. You know, we want more of the fantastic, of course, than the bads, but you know, we do what we can do, right? So first off, we have this. I couldn't tell if this was from the 70s or 80s, but I thought this was really cool. It was a vintage Philadelphia Eagles kind of a jersey shirt type of deal. It's kind of weird, but it was really neat, I thought. And I only paid like $2.50 for this. I was hoping this would bring a little bit more. You see, I had it listed for $20.30 there, but somebody shot me a best offer of $12 plus shipping, and I went ahead and accepted. Have had this for quite a while now, and ready to move it on to the next person. Show you some more detailed pictures here, but I just thought it was really neat. And that's the thing with vintage clothing. Sometimes you can make bank off of it, and sometimes you just don't. It's just kind of par for the course when there's no comps out there, so you just got to go with your best guess. This was in pretty good condition. I just thought it was really cool. You see kind of the half jersey, half t-shirt type stuff. But yeah, just really neat. And yeah, glad to move that on. You know, still made profit, and that's what it's about. Next up, the Saturn Car Company Denim jean jacket. This was made in the USA, men's extra large. This took a little bit longer to sell than I thought. For those of you who don't know, Saturn, used to make cars. Most people do know that, but they are defunct. They are no longer made, and there is a collector core out there, the people that collect Saturn stuff. And I usually buy it when I see it, if it's a decent price, depending on what it is. And I've sold everything from, you see this jacket here, I've sold sweatshirts, mugs, coffee mugs, trinkets, all kinds of different stuff, stickers, so yeah, it's definitely worth buying if you see it for a good price and good condition. But it can be long tail, because you've got to find a specific buyer. That is another alert there. Seems I always get my alerts right in the middle of my videos. But that's okay though. Offers coming through, selling stuff. That's what it's about. So this Saturn jacket, I picked this up. It's been a while, literally about a year or so, but I'm pretty sure I paid about $7.50 for this. Because that's usually, my sweet spot for stuff is usually that at $5 to $10 mark. Sometimes I get lower than $5, sometimes it's higher than $10, but rarely. Usually that's a sweet spot, $5 to $10. And had this one listed for a really long time, kept lowering the price. It was at $43.46, and somebody shot me a best offer of $35 plus shipping, and I went ahead and accepted. Still a really good profit on the jacket. I did have hopes that it would bring more, but it just didn't, and what can you do? Still made profit, moved it on, and moving to the next item. Next up, this Cooler Master Hyper 48, this kind of retro cooling fan, heat sink type of deal. This one I didn't have long at all. And yeah, what can I say? I didn't have it long at all, but I only paid like $2.50 for this, and it was brand new in a very shelf-worn box, which I did disclose. I put open box, but it was just a new shelf-worn. See here, they got the pictures, the plastic, the clamshell was all good. Just the box itself was just beat to death. Look at that, torn right there. But this was still really cool. New sealed old electronics, old school stuff. Had this one listed for. This is a little bit of story on this one, which is pretty cool though. It shows some buyers do have some knowledge of how things work. Had this one listed for $28.48 plus shipping, of course, calculated shipping. Somebody out in California was interested in it, and calculated shipping on priority mail for something of this size, because this was quite heavy. These old heat sinks and fans and stuff can be quite heavy. It was quite heavy, and so shipping out to California was kind of ridiculous. Like, it was literally like $20 to ship it out to California. And the guy sent me an offer, and the offer was only $5, and I was like, oh my gosh. But then he sent an explanation, and he said that basically said, I know my offer is low, but I'm going to pay the calculated shipping, which is $23 and change or something like that. But he was like, please just send it either cubic or the cheapest rate you can, and hopefully it'll make up for my low offer. And he was right. I sent it cubic, and shipping was only like $8 or so. So, from him paying $23 shipping with the $5 offer. Everything came out in the end, is what I'm saying. The long story short, it all came out in the end where I got the money I wanted, doing cubic shipping, and his low offer of only $5. Next up, this Van Heusen Big and Tall Easy Care 4X. Yeah, I got a lot of these at one time for $2.50 each. And even at $2.50 each, these mall brands, what I call them, JCPenney brands, that kind of stuff, I was kind of skeptical about it, and for good reason. This thing's were listed forever. I've had these for such a long time, and I have 4 or 5 other ones that still haven't sold. I kept dropping the price and stuff, and it was at $20.70, and somebody shot me an offer of $12 plus shipping, and I accepted. Still made money, super long tail, but made a few dimes and nickels, so that's what it's about. Next up, these are really cool. These Jordache, vintage Jordache cargo denim jeans. These are definitely from the 1980s, and both my wife and I grew up through the 80s and into the 90s, and yeah, we remember these. So these were cargos, which is kind of unusual for these, but yeah, really cool. They were in decent condition. I think there was one button missing, if I remember correctly. Let's see in the pictures here. I only paid like $2 or $3 for these. Literally, they had them marked really low, because they're old. There, maybe that was the condition issue. I had that little hole right there. I knew there was something with this. Oh yeah, that's where a button was attached and was gone on one of the cargo pouches. Yeah, right here. See this one right here? The button was gone from that side cargo pouch. So it disclosed that, it talked about it in the description and stuff, but still, only a couple bucks into these, and had them listed for $28.62, and that's what they sold for, full asking plus shipping, going out to their next home. Next up, another beach chair. Yeah, I had one of these in my last haul video, a blue one, and this is the other one. I literally had $2 into this thing. Another Telescope. That's the good name brand of these beach chairs, is that Telescope brand. They're made in the USA. They're aluminum frame. They're sturdy, and they're kind of in demand. This one's more of a plaid pattern, and here's the stamp, the Telescope stamp. In really good condition, used of course, but still really good. This one's a little bit different than the other ones. This one was low setting, a true beach chair, low setting to the sand. But yeah, this one didn't last long at all. And again, if you missed my last video, you can go back and watch it, but I polybag these. I wrap these. I disclose that in the description that I will not box these, because boxing these would make the shipping just more outrageous than it already is, because these are big. They're not heavy, but they're just big. I put these in a contractor bag. Basically, it's a big poly bag, big, thick contractor trash bag, and tape the tar out of them. And I had someone on a YouTube comment asked if I did any bubble wrap. I only bubble wrap the wood handles. You see here the wood handles. I bubble wrap those, and the rest of it I do not bubble wrap, because you could use a ton of bubble wrap doing that. Bubble wrap's expensive. But I had this one listed for $67.86, and somebody shot me a $40 plus shipping, and I accepted $40 plus shipping off a $2 item. Yep, send it out, ready to go. Good profit on that one. Oh, this clock was really cool. This Seth Thomas electric digital clock, and this was it's kind of a roller type display. It was really neat. I got this at a garage sale for $1, literally $1. And I think this one would have sold. This one sold super quick. I listed it for $23.68 plus shipping, and that's what it sold for. But I may be able to have got a few more dollars out of it. But I listed it so low because I had this little damage to the top here. It's like the veneer or the laminate's kind of faded and peeling, or something got on it, some water or something. But of course I disclosed it and everything. But it still sold super fast, and this thing worked perfectly. Plugged it in. You can see in the back there, that's how you set the time. You just kind of roll the dials there. It was really neat. For $1 at a garage sale, this was really a no-brainer. Me and my wife love all kinds of stuff. We're very eclectic in our buying and selling, and we really love vintage stuff, and we love finding stuff like this and sending it on to the next person. What we got here next up? Oh yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles LED scoreboard. This is a big one. I love selling these things. I find them quite frequently. I've sold probably 4 or 5 of them in the past year. Usually they're smaller ones, and this one was a large one. And I paid about $15 for this, and this was brand new in a shelf-worn box. This was a 14-inch by 19-inch, which, like I said, for me, I rarely find them. This is by Team Sports America out of Memphis, Tennessee. What's up, Memphis? Let me see here. Just a little bit shelf worn, not a big deal though. And this still brand new. And I had this one listed for $72.32 plus shipping, and that's what it sold for. Full asking plus shipping. Really good profit on that item. I love finding these things and picking them up when I find them. Next up, another vintage electronic, this Raritan CS4 Pent CompuSwitch. This is a port switch with 4 ports parallel. It's a mouthful, isn't it? Let me show you some close-ups here so I know what I'm talking about. So you plug stuff in and you can switch between the outputs and inputs and stuff. I did take some pictures of the back. This was brand new in the bag, and I picked this up for about $5. Did not have a power supply with it, which I disclosed, but it's only a 6-volt DC. Not a big deal. You know, you can use any universal with that. And there's a port with a PS2, you know, the old school mouse port. And over here, another PS2 for your keyboard. And it even has the old school, I forget what that port is called, but keyboards when they originally came out had this big, I forget how many pins it had on it. They called it like, you know, whatever, however many pins it was, like 29 pin connector or whatever it was. But yeah, it even has the old school keyboard connector. This will be really good. This item is really good for someone that's into vintage computing. It can plug in this old school keyboard. It even has a couple of parallel ports there, which printers used to use before they moved to the USB ports. See that? And displays as well. Those may actually be display ports, the old school display ports. But yeah, really neat piece of tech. I mean, didn't bring much money. I only had a few bucks into this. I forget if I said earlier what I had into it, but it wasn't much. I've had it for quite a long time. This was a long tail item, and I had this listed, got all the way down to $12.13 plus shipping, and that's what it sold for, $12.13 plus shipping. Probably pass next time. I still think it's neat, but it's just not a lot of money there. There was profit, but just a few bucks, not very much. So probably pass on that next time. Next up, another really cool vintage clothing item. This is a vintage The Game Miami Dolphins sweatshirt with the turtleneck, almost like a dickie, but it's not a detachable like dickie, so it's more like a turtleneck. So, yeah, this one's really neat. I only paid a couple bucks for this. There's the Game logo. Men's large. You can tell I had this for a while because of the bad picture. Someone else commented about that. You know, you've had it for a while when there's bad pictures. Yep. But, you know, I only paid a couple bucks for this, and this got down to $16.18 plus shipping, and that's what it sold for. Full asking is $16.18 plus shipping. So that is the 10 items, the wide variety of items. I appreciate all you guys, all of our subscribers. Yeah, trying to get over that 1900 mark still. It's been a battle, but I'm confident it'll happen. So thanks, guys. Thanks to all of our patrons. You know, we have our mystery boxes available. Check that out. Patreon is linked below. Me and my wife and our animals who are dancing behind me do appreciate your support. And yeah, thanks. What else can you say? So we appreciate it, guys, and we'll see you this weekend, maybe with a Bolo breakdown again. We'll see. So thanks, guys. We'll see you.